This week, we discovered the wonders of Pergamon, an ancient city with incredible history and culture. It was also an important regional center for healing, with countless people flocking to the Asklepion in hopes of being treated. Today, we'll be cooking a Roman recipe right here in Pergamon. Today, I'll be cooking a Roman spice, Roman flavored meatball wrapped in caul fat. So this is caul fat. It's the internal layer of fat that covers organs. Isn't that beautiful? And it'll add a nice juicy flavor to our meatballs. So I've got some special ground meat here. Of course, in the Roman times, they didn't have a machine to grind their meat, so they did it with a knife. So this is roughly ground, chopped very finely with a knife. And to our meat, the first thing I'm gonna add is some black pepper. This is unground, whole black pepper. I'm adding some bread, some crustless bread, just to keep all of the meat together. And one of the very special ingredients that's going into our meatballs are pine nuts. Pine nuts are a very regional food grown nearby Pergamon. Harvesting them is so difficult that they're one of the most expensive ingredients you can buy. So the pine cone is harvested from the tree. Once it opens up, nuts in their shell are removed from the pine cone, and then they have to be shelled again to reach the final state that we use in our recipes. So to add a little sweetness to our dish, we're using some dried blueberries, European blueberries. You can also use cranberries, but of course, back in Roman times, cranberries didn't exist yet, at least not here. And of course, like every good Roman recipe, our meatballs have a little garum, the fermented fish sauce that just adds that little bit of umami to every Roman dish. And the final thing we need is just a little water to bring everything together. In his recipe, Apicus specifically requests us to pound the mixture. So I'm doing just that. This will help to break up the nuts and the whole peppercorns and bring everything together. Now that everything is nice and mixed, I'm going to start cutting my caul fat and rolling the meat inside. Just got a good oven-proof tray. So this caul fat is an ingredient that's not used very often in our modern kitchen. But especially if you're working with drier, leaner cuts of meat, it adds a nice layer of fat to just keep everything moist and delicious. What makes this dish specifically Roman is the mix of sweet and savory flavors. We've got our blueberries with the more savory flavors like meat and nuts. And of course, the garum, the fish sauce that the Romans just couldn't cook anything without. And our final ancient touch is just a few drops of caul. And now it's ready for the oven. So I'll leave that in the oven for about 30 minutes. This video was filmed at a distance that does not pose a risk of damaging any cultural properties. Our delicious Roman dish is ready. I can smell it from here. Wow. Doesn't that look amazing? After 2,000 years, this same amazing smell is wafting through the ancient city again. And now it's time to plate. This video was filmed at a distance that does not pose a risk of damaging any cultural properties. We hope you enjoyed our exploration through Pergamon's ancient history and flavors. Join us on this journey as we continue to cook our way through Turkey's ancient cities.